All right, today we're breaking down how one of the greatest sports dynasties, the Chennai Super Kings, is trying to pull off the ultimate rebuild after a complete and total collapse. We're going to get into all of it. You know, for a team that's pretty much defined by sustained excellence, a franchise that's basically synonymous with winning, the 2025 IPL season wasn't just a setback. I mean, it was a historic disaster that shook them right to their core. So what exactly went wrong here? For the first time ever in their storied history, the five-time champions finished dead last. We're not just talking about a bad season. This was the absolute bottom of the table. A result so shocking it didn't just call for a few tweaks, it triggered a complete franchise reset.
So just how bad was it, really? Well, you don't need to be a stats guru to see this one. The numbers from their 2025 campaign, they paint a truly brutal picture of failure.
And these numbers, wow, they really tell the story, don't they? Only 4 wins in 14 matches. And when you add in that dismal net run rate of negative 0.64, it's pretty clear this wasn't just an off year. This was a total systemic collapse of a champion team. Right, a collapse like this doesn't just happen overnight, and it's never because of one single thing. It was more like a perfect storm of problems that had been brewing for a while. So let's break down the 4 core issues that led them to hit rock bottom. Okay, first up, their strategy just felt old, stuck in the past. While other teams were putting up these explosive 220-plus totals, CSK's whole approach was way too conservative, often aiming for a safe score and then trying to recover. In today's T20 game, constantly playing catch-up, well, that's just a recipe for disaster.
Next, you know that famous loyalty CSK has for its senior players? The thing that was once their greatest strength? Well, it became a huge liability. Age, workload, it finally caught up to their key veterans, and you could see a sharp, undeniable drop in performance right across the board.
And this is a big one. They were missing those genuine game changers. I mean, the squad was full of solid, dependable players, but they just didn't have those explosive finishers who can single-handedly grab a tight match by the scruff of the neck and win it for you in the final overs. And finally, oh man, they're death bowling. It wasn't just a problem, it was a full-blown crisis. Those final 4 overs became this recurring nightmare where they just consistently leaked runs, turning games they absolutely should have won into these heartbreaking losses. So, faced with this total failure, CSK didn't just tinker around the edges. Nope, they basically took a wrecking ball to their old philosophy and made the single biggest trade in the history of the IPL. And what a trade it was. Okay, get this. They sent 2 of their absolute cornerstones, the all-rounders Ravindra Jadeja and Sam Curran, over to the Rajasthan Royals. And in return, they got superstar keeper batsman Sanju Samson, a move that, honestly, nobody saw coming. And look, this wasn't just about swapping names on a roster. This was a massive statement. Ending a 14-year relationship with a legend like Jadeja, that signals a huge new philosophy for the franchise. From now on, it's pretty clear. It's all about merit over loyalty. Okay, so they've set this new kind of ruthless direction. Now what? How do they actually rebuild the team? Well, it all comes down to the mega auction, a huge pile of cash and a very, very specific plan. So they're walking into this auction with a massive war chest of over 43 crore rupees. That's the second biggest purse of any team, and they've got 9 open slots to fill, including 4 overseas players. Yeah, they're ready to spend, and spend big. And their shopping list? It's crystal clear. You can see it's laser-focused on fixing the exact problems that caused their collapse last season. They need power in the middle, a top-tier spinner, a specialist death bowler, and a reliable opening partner. Now this is where it gets really interesting. They have this big dilemma for their marquee player. Do they just go all out, splurge on the seemingly perfect fit all-rounder Cameron Green, who's going to cost a fortune? Or do they play it a bit smarter and go for the better value pick in the equally explosive Liam Livingstone? But hang on a second. What if that headline-grabbing all-rounder is just a distraction, a smokescreen? Their true #1 priority could actually be Ravi Bishnoi. He's a young, super smart Indian spinner who is absolutely perfect for their home turf at Chepauk. And here's a really fascinating little twist. Could they actually pull off a reunion?
Remember Mathisha Patharana, that lethal death bowler they had to release because of injury concerns? Well, there's a chance they could buy him back at a much, much lower price. It's a high-risk, high-reward gamble for sure. So what does this all add up to? Well, it all points to their brand new team-building model. It's a complete 180. They're moving away from that continuity and loyalty that defined their golden era, and they're shifting towards a ruthless, performance-first approach, where results are the only thing that matters.
So this all leads to one massive moment, the auction on December 16th. And for Chennai Super Kings, believe me, this is so much more than just a shopping trip to fill out their roster.
Yeah, for Chennai, this auction is a true inflection point. It's one of those moments that's going to define their path, not just for next season, but for the entire next decade of the franchise. I mean, the stakes just could not be higher. And you've got to understand, this isn't about a quick fix just to get back into the playoffs. Not at all. This is about using the absolute disaster of 2025 as a launch pad to build the foundation for their next dynasty. This is a long-term play, through and through. So, when you boil it all down, it comes to this one single, powerful question. They've made the tough calls, they've got the money, they've got the plan. But now, it's all about execution. Will this disastrous season be remembered as just a footnote, the end of an era? Or will it be the turning point that started the next one? We are all about to find out.